ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for What Do You Call It? Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It? Podcast. I'm your host, GB, and today's guest does not want you to count him out. Please give it up for Vinny, the Kid Pacific. How you doing today, mate? You all right?
How are you doing? Thank you very much for having me.
That's right, mate. Thank you for coming on. We got there in the end because I know you are a very, very busy man. I'm great, mate. I want to know how you're doing today.
I'm doing very good. I'm actually in the gym. Just finished upper body day. I did legs yesterday, so today was a very heavy upper body. And then I'm heading out to do some business.
Nice, man. Nice. I can't say I've done the same. Just sit on my ass and talk to wrestlers all day, which is awesome. So I'm here to talk about your wrestling career today. I'm a fan of yours, and we're going to kickstart this conversation about basically, I want to know, what was your first related wrestling memory?
My first wrestling memory. Okay. So I got into wrestling by my cousin was playing Smackdown versus ROH 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And I just watched the Boogeyman and Rey Mysterio in a match on the TV, and I was like, holy shit, this is insane. I never even seen anything like this before, you know? That was the jump start. That was the jump start of my wrestling fandom. And just seeing Rey Mysterio, the colors of masks he had, I never even seen something like that before. I never even knew what it was. So just as, how old was I? 8? It was different from me. So I got really into it. And then throughout the years, I went through phases of, the Jeff Hardy phase, John Cena phase. I've been there through all of it, and not all of it, but, in the 2000 era. And I just loved it so much. I played football in high school. I quit football to wrestle at the age of 16. And that was it.
Man, how young are you? Like, I didn't realize. Maybe
I just turned 23. Yeah.
Damn, I'm old, man. I'm old. I'm not revealing my age in this podcast. I want to know, because you have met Daniel Bryan, formerly known as Daniel Bryanson.
Yes.
I want to know, you met and greet. 1, how was he? And 2, have you met him since? Basically, have you met him as you have become a pro wrestler?
I have not met him since being a wrestler. No.
Bryan Danielson, by the way, before anyone kicks off for me.
Yeah. I met him at a place in New York City at a meet and greet. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't a wrestler yet. I was like 14 or 15 years old. And I said to him, hey, I'm thinking about being a wrestler. He said, just go for it. He literally just said, go for it. That's awesome. Go for it. And ever since then, I went for it. And I'm lucky that I met him because he gave me that inspiration to do it.
Nice, man. Daniel Bryan is one of my personal favorites as well. So that is what influenced you to become a pro wrestler.
Yes.
When did you begin your training at the Ring of Honor dojo?
I started training at ECPW first, and then went on to go and do some other training, and then eventually I started training at the ROH dojo 2018 or 17 for about 2.5 years, and here we are now.
Nice. And how was the Ring of Honor dojo? What was it like wrestling there, sort of? Was it really good?
It's amazing. The best locker room I've ever been in. Great people, great atmosphere, so much knowledge being passed around. It's so underrated how much knowledge there really is there. Yeah. It's just, I was blessed. I am blessed. I was fortunate to learn from some of the best wrestlers in the world. So yeah.
Nice. And considering Ring of Honor they still remain one of the biggest independent wrestling companies out there. So, I can imagine it being an honor for you. Do you recall your debut match? And, basically, do you recall if you had any friends or family there? How did
my
you
debut
feel
match in wrestling? My debut match in wrestling, I was, okay. So I recall I was in a Royal Rumble. And I fell in my entrance, actually. Yeah. I ran out and just tripped on my face. Yeah.
Is it on Botchamania?
Oh, I think it was. I'm not sure about it, but they retweeted it, actually. They retweeted that, but I don't know if it actually ended up on Botchamania.
That's nice, man. And once you basically got up after your trip, how did you feel it went? Did you get far in the Rumble?
Oh, it was great. They threw me around like crazy, like they usually do. When you're small and you're in Rumbles, or when you're the young guy. But yeah, it's been amazing, and I'm blessed to even do this. I love it more than anything in the world,
Mhm.
and every day I just always go over how blessed I am and how lucky I am to be able to do what I love. Because some people don't get that opportunity. Some people, are scared to take that leap, and I really just wish people would, because you have one life, and I wish everybody could experience chasing a dream and living a dream, because it's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, man, I like that. I like to hear that, because that's one thing that sort of gravitates me towards you. Is you just tell there's passion there. You can tell you genuinely love what you do, and I like that, man. I really do. It's quite rare you see that. Not long ago, before the world went to shit because of the whole pandemic thing, we're still in it, but we're not going to talk about that. I want to talk about, however, you wrestled on Evolve 145, wrestling John Davis. Did you enjoy working for Evolve?
That was amazing. That was also another locker room that I was amazing to be in. John Davis is awesome. He's great. He's awesome. But just being in the locker room with Gabe Sapolsky and people who have knowledge beyond that you've ever seen before, it's just it's an awesome opportunity, but it's also an opportunity to learn from people you don't get to see often, or people who, say you're in Evolve, you go there one time, the next day they could be signed for WWE, you never even know, or signed anywhere. So when you're around people who are at that caliber and you have an opportunity to just learn, just be a sponge and soak in what you can. That's what I do wherever I go. I love being around people who are better than me, and I love wrestling people who are better than me, because it's a never-ending learning experience.
Yeah, man, I love that, because like if you don't ask, you don't know. What's the worst that someone could say? No, you might as well chew people's ear off. I really do like that. What's been the worst injury you've suffered in wrestling?
I had a knee injury, but I wouldn't say that's the worst, because I also had I broke my tailbone when I was 16. I think I broke it or bruised it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like I could walk and I could wrestle on it, but it just always hurt. It's fine now. It's perfect now, thank God. But it wasn't a bad injury. But the pain level, because the pain level was insane. I was in class. I was in school, sitting on my right butt cheek, making sure my tailbone wouldn't touch the seat. It was. Yeah, that's how
I shouldn't laugh.
Really
I shouldn't laugh. Sorry. It does sound quite funny, because now you're okay, so I can laugh.
Thank God I am okay. Yes, but every match you'd make sure you wouldn't land on it. You had to make. It was very hard to manage. It was hard to manage, but it made me a better wrestler, because I learned to kind
of work around it, and with that. Because I noticed Ric Flair does that. Anytime he takes a backdrop, he lands in a certain way.
Yes, he's very smart.
Because of the plane crash that he had like many years ago. But just sort of a little trivia there for anyone that is listening. What have been some of your favorite promotions to work for over the years? So I know you've mentioned about Ring of Honor Dojo, but I know you've actually worked for Ring of Honor as well. So what have been some of your favorite promotions to work for over the years? So I know you've worked for Warriors of Wrestling. You've just mentioned Evolve, but I just want to know, what other companies have you really enjoyed working for?
Okay, so I've really enjoyed working for there's quite a few, if you don't mind. VIP Wrestling in Dallas. SOAR is amazing. Everyone there wants to learn and get better. That's in Dallas as well. Florida, I wrestled for Blueprint Pro. They're awesome. WCWC out in Oregon. They are awesome. I also did some wrestling in Pro Wrestling Hollywood. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Sorry. They're awesome as well. Very TV style and very professional, which is how I like it. And yeah, man, PPW, a lot of good places out here in the U.S. And I'm blessed to be. I'm right in the Northeast, where I live right in the Northeast, where there's so many places to wrestle. It's great.
Wicked, man.
Yeah.
There is one company that I saw you worked for at the end of last year, and they are number 2 company at the moment of all the wrestling. AEW, All Elite Wrestling. Yes. You wrestled Wardlow on AEW Dark. I just want to know, how's that experience, and what was the atmosphere like in AEW?
Another thing, great atmosphere. Everyone there was so down to earth and wanted to spread knowledge. They wanted to teach you and show you things to get better. It wasn't just, oh, hey, show up and wrestle. It was just, everybody was helpful. Everyone wanted to learn. Everyone wanted to get better. And Wardlow's awesome, huge dude, great talent, and yeah, great opportunity. I love the company.
That's good, man. Hopefully we'll see you on there in the future again.
Thank you very much.
It's just, I'm only following up because of what you said about Daniel Bryan pretty much inspired you and influenced you to become a pro wrestler. But I want to ask you, what's been some of the best advice you've been given since you have become a pro wrestler?
Ooh. Oh, wow. best advice would be given to just do what my heart tells me. You know, so many people tell you, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're short. I had one guy tell me, oh, you're 5'7"? They'll never look at you.
Really?
I literally looked, dude, yeah. And he literally like wrestles for one company.
Mhm.
I've never even seen a match of his. But that's what he said to me. Yeah, ridiculous. But that was at training. So the day he says that to me, I'm not gonna name names because it's irrelevant. I don't even know his name. But that's what he told me.
That says it all. That says it all.
Yeah. Oh, you're 5'7"? Oh, you'll never get looked at. You know, you're 5'7". They want guys who are 6'3". Okay, cool. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the advice. He gets in the ring and doesn't even know how to hit a rope.
Man.
So I was like, oh, this is how it is. Good advice, man. But yeah. So I just always go what my heart tells me and what my heart is. You know, I believe in every opportunity and every booking I get, I give my absolute best because that's the reason they're bringing me in. You know, so that's just me.
That's brilliant, man. I love it. And you got the last laugh of
Yep. Oh,
basically we'll call him what's his name, whatever his name is. We don't care.
Yeah.
We care about you, mate. And literally only 23 and the sky is the limit. I've got to ask if you could pick. Okay, this might be a bit difficult because you're quite early on and you probably wrestled so many matches. But if you could pick either one or at least a couple or a handful at least matches that you are most proud of in your wrestling career so far.
So I wrestled EC3 earlier this year, and he's somebody who I always look up to. And ever since then, he's been really taking care of me, giving me advice, always there for me. He's really helpful in many ways. He teaches me things about diet, nutrition. He took me under his wing, and that's something I really appreciate because who better to learn from than someone who's done it all in wrestling? So that's one match I'm very proud of that I had, EC3, because it was I really enjoyed it because I thought it was a very good match. Another match I had was against Jaden Newman at TWE in Tennessee. He's an amazing athlete. Sorry, I'm doing the treadmill. And
that's all right. But this is the first everyone for everyone that's listening. Podcast in the gym. I've done one with someone in the car, which was quite dangerous, but he managed to get to the show. It was Logan Creed, good guy by the way, love him.
Yes.
But the gym, Vinny, all good, mate, all good. Do your thing. But you was answering about the favorite match as well. That was it. Sorry.
Yeah. EC3 definitely one of them. TWE against Jaden Newman, that was very fun. I enjoy wrestling Sonny Kiss. Sonny Kiss is somebody I started with. And
oh really?
Yeah.
Was Sonny Kiss at the RO Dojo?
No.
Ring of Honor. Oh, okay. Was it after?
The place in Jersey.
Oh, right. I see.
ECPW, yes.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Another match I enjoyed. I've had plenty. I had so many. It's really hard to even name them. Oh, I wrestled Fuego del Sol Saturday. That was definitely one of my favorites that I had.
He's got a lot of buzz about him at the moment, hasn't he?
He's great. No, he deserves every bit of it. He is a great. Yeah, man, he's great.
I haven't seen enough of him, but I know like one of my mates absolutely loves him. So, like, you need to check him out. Like, mate, my time. Not say I know who he is, but I haven't really watched enough of his stuff.
If you have a moment, I would.
Such a following, honestly. I see like a lot of people, bit of an internet fanboy at the moment. Yeah, see.
No, dude, if you have a moment, I definitely would hop on that and just watch a match of his or two of his.
Yeah,
he's very good. Maybe if I get the link to my match, I'll send it to you.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, chuck it to me in the DM, and I'll chuck it in the description as well for the listeners out there.
Awesome.
We've just talked about some of your favourite matches. Because you're still pretty damn young and making me feel old right now, I want to ask, is there anyone at the moment you've got lined up that you really want to wrestle?
Anybody that I really want to wrestle? Yes, Davey Richards.
Nice.
There's one match that I'm having in September that is a dream match for me. Like, I can't mention it because it's not announced yet. But
can you give a hint? Can you give a hint at least? This is like for the listeners.
Can I give a hint? What kind? One of the best high flyers in wrestling.
Oh man, there's so many. I know. I feel like if I start naming them, I may get you to slip, but I won't do that because then you'll feel bad, and then I'll feel bad.
Maybe I can give a little. Maybe I can give another hint. It's gonna be announced in like 2-3 weeks anyway. But probably one of the best technical wrestlers as well as high flyers. So that narrows it down for you.
If the listeners can put in the descriptions, in the comments, who they think it is, let me know, and then we'll find out in 2 weeks if we've got it right. Because at the moment, I can't think there's so many names out there. But yeah, no. So you're saying about other names as well. Dave Richards. I'm so glad he's out of time.
Oh, he's great, dude. He's great. He's killing it. Who else? Davey Richards. I definitely would enjoy wrestling Brian Cage.
Yeah.
that's somebody. Yeah, he's gigantic, and he looks like
huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
But so athletic as well.
Yeah. You know who I think I would? I mean, a dream match that I have is Bryan Danielson. Obviously, you know, like I think that would be everybody's dream match.
Realistically, it can happen. It can happen.
It can, but he's gonna be, you know, I don't know what he's gonna be doing, but you know, that's definitely a dream match. Obviously, I'm sure for probably every wrestler who enjoys wrestling. Who else is a dream match? Who else? I have so many; it's just hard to name.
Gangrel.
I wrestled him already. He's a dream match. Right about I wrestled him last year. I wrestled him right before COVID hit, like March 6th. Right before COVID. Yeah.
Your last match before COVID was against Gangrel. Yep. That's awesome.
No. I had one in Chicago after that. But the last match before the Chicago was him. Mm-hmm. And another dream match I have is definitely Jake something. That match was booked, but it got canceled due to like he had an obligation to be somewhere else at the time.
Oh man.
That's definitely a match that I do want to have. And of course, Sami Callihan.
We can expect blood for that one and violence. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet, man. As I'm going to wrap this up, I just want to ask, because you did mention about the pandemic, I want to ask, how did the pandemic affect your wrestling career?
I mean, what time is it right now?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it right now?
What time is it? You've got another 15 minutes. So at the moment so I'm doing my time. So at the moment it's 3 o'clock on my time, but I think it's 10 in your time, I believe.
Yeah, I'm fine. I would say, okay, so the pandemic affected my wrestling. I'll be honest, I got depressed because I just wasn't wrestling and I couldn't go to the gym because, I mean, I did at-home workouts, but, you know, the gym...
It's not the same, is it?
It's not the same. You could, yes, it's fun to work out. It's fun to be home and do what you gotta do at home, but the weights, you know, you have to lift more and more over time. You have to keep progressing, and I didn't have heavier weights. I was like, God, man, like, Jesus, I want to lift more, you know, but so I got depressed. I did. It helped. The pandemic helped me in some ways because I had to find a new apartment because I was living at my sister's house, but my niece grew up, so now she needs a bedroom. So they kind of, you know, said, hey, you know, we need to have this bedroom. Can you please look for an apartment? I was like, okay, I understand, you know, whatever. I understood, you know, of course.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to only live at my sister's house for a few months anyway while I was looking for an apartment, but stayed there longer than I wanted to. So me and my fiance got a new apartment in Staten Island. It's beautiful. It's a dream apartment for me. I think it's gorgeous. It's perfect for what I need. It's got a few bedrooms. It has a nice kitchen, so I'm happy. So it really elevated me to work harder to find an apartment and to have my own place, and it's pretty cool, you know. For the last 2 years. So
you're blessed now. You've got bookings coming out like left and right ears. Like literally, you are a busy man. As the listeners may have noticed, just literally about 2 minutes ago when you asked about the time.
No, yeah, there's some. I have some really good things coming up, and I am extremely blessed. I'm very blessed, man. I am. You'll see them get announced and stuff, but I really am blessed, and hard work pays off, you know. And yes, people have helped me along the way, like I said, but I am really blessed to be able to do what I do, and just I love it.
That's great, man. I was going to ask what basically the last question, really, and I think you sort of may have just answered it. But if there's anything else you can add to it, what's next for Vinny the Kid Pacific?
What's next? A lot of things.
I know you dropped a hint earlier about a match you're going to be having. Was it September with one of the best high flyers / technical wrestlers? But is there anything else that you can
that'll be a dream
tell the fans, or is there anything or any hints that you can give us?
Any hints? I can't give any hints, but I know like the grind never stops. So there'll be places that goal promotions of mine and dream indie matches of mine that I've wanted to have against guys are going to be happening, I think, and a lot of Midwest stuff is going to be happening. So I'm very, very blessed, and I'm very excited for these opportunities, and I'm gonna do my best to kill every one of them and do my best at every single one of them.
You certainly are, man. I know you are.
Kill it. No, kill it. Sorry, kill it. Kill it.
You're gonna kill it, bro.
Yes, that's what I meant.
That's it, man. That's so good, bro. Where can the listeners and the fans find you on social media?
Vinny Pacifico 1 on Twitter. Vinny Pacifico on Instagram. Facebook as my private page, but Vinny Pacifico 1 on Twitter and Vinny Pacifico, and that's it on Instagram.
Awesome. If the listeners are listening, do find Vinny on Instagram and Twitter. I'll put all the details in the description. I want to thank you for coming on today. I know your time is very limited as you're at the gym, a first for the show. I love it though, man. Keeping fit and getting yourself ready for what you got next planned. For all the listeners out there, there's going to be more episodes of What You Call It podcast coming up very soon. But for now, I want everyone to stay blessed.